There was news today that I thought was interesting, caught a lot of people's attention about the evidence for a mutated strain that is spreading in Harris County and around Houston. Baylor College of Medicine doctor says that he thinks there's some evidence that there's a mutated strain of coronavirus that's actually spreading faster. So far, it seems like there's been quite a bit of viral stability to the virus so far, that we haven't seen major mutations. What's your sense of what we know about this mutation and what more we need to learn?
So all viruses mutate. Coronaviruses tend to mutate much less than other viruses. But what's happened is there's this one dominant mutation that we've seen basically all over the world, except for in a few geographic locations. And what it looks like in the lab is that it's more efficient at transmitting, that it gets up to higher viral loads. We haven't been able to prove that this happens in people or actually out in the wild, but it's something to look for. But it doesn't change anything about the virus in terms of its severity. There is a hypothesis that it might be more contagious, and that's what we're seeing increased spreading for. But that's not been fully proven. It's something we got to watch, but it really hasn't changed how we treat this, what social distancing measures we recommend, and it's something that's really going to evolve. The virus is going to evolve, and we're going to have to be prepared for mutations.
All right, final question for you briefly. The aerosol controversy, this has been a big point of contention from the beginning. We know, of course, that droplets spread it, right, when you cough or you sneeze. The question of whether it can hang in the air, essentially, and that can infect people has been a sort of controversial question, unresolved. Right now, we have 200 scientists from over 30 countries that are urging the World Health Organization to take this more seriously, say there's growing evidence the virus can spread indoors through aerosols that do linger in the air and can be infectious even in smaller quantities than previously thought. How definitive do you think this is right now? Because it really has been a contested question.
It's still a contested question. It is not very definitive yet. We know that, like you said, that droplet transmission for people in close contact with each other, less than 6 feet apart, that's where we're seeing most of the transmission. We're not seeing the epidemiology consistent with, for example, measles or tuberculosis or chickenpox, which are classic airborne diseases. This doesn't mean that we can't get some aerosolization. We probably are getting some, but is it driving transmission outside of, for example, hospitals where there's aerosol generating procedures going on? I don't think that's the case. And I think this is going to be a debate that's between the aerobiologists and the epidemiologists and infectious disease doctors that's going to continue for some time.
That's a really fascinating point, those other precedents where we know actually that it is aerosolized, and also we know what those sort of growth curves look like. It's a really, really good point. Dr. Amesh Adalja, who's an infectious disease specialist at Johns Hopkins Center for Health Security. That was really, really enlightening. Thank you for your time.
Thank you.